Welcome back, Gainers, to another crazy, fantastic, exciting episode of ComicGains! Ta-ta! If you're new to the show, I'm Adam.
I'm Zach, and this Princess Roy has looking very lovely today, like usual, doing that princess way. And there's the Coco. Dance, Coco, dance!
Dun, 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 dun. Alright, guys, so today is Saturday. We have a really fun episode for you. We got a new topic to discuss. We're going to be kind of talking newsstand versus direct edition. Something that's been like kind of, in the back of our minds a little bit. We've been kind of talking about, like, that'd be a really cool topic for the show to discuss between the three of us.
Very cool.
And then also, we do have our new comic book day stuff to share with you, basically from the last 2 weeks. So think like 2 weeks ago when it didn't, or a week ago when the new comic book day stuff didn't come in. We didn't pick it up like on Saturday or Sunday, I think, when it finally showed up. So we have 2 full weeks of comic books to share with you guys. That's really exciting. And then also, Princess has a Whatnot hip-hop / mystery box buy we're going to be opening up together. And it came maybe a little damaged. So she wanted to find out if the books were okay in there. Kind of looked like a rat knot on it.
Mm-hmm.
A rat knot on it. But there's one other thing we want to do. What does that say?
We gotta drink a beer, in this case a cider. And this is a cider that Adam wants to try, so I can't just drink straight from the bottle. So we pop this open. It's fancy. Got a little bit of wax on it. Let's see what it's called. It's a One Tree Hard Cider Snow Globe from One Tree Hard Cider Company. They do it hard. Washington Strong.
Yeah, I think it had like edible glitter in there or something.
So
They kind of made it look like a snow globe.
yeah, I don't know about that. Let's see.
I might have to shake it out because it looked like it settled on the bottom and kind of looked like something else.
Okay. Yeah. It could be.
How is it? How does it taste?
I don't want to take all of it. How does it taste? Oh yeah, actually it's really
Is it
nice.
good?
It's really nice.
Oh, okay. I like a cider that's like a little more on the tart side, less on the sweet side, but
It's a little tart, a little
Yeah.
sweet at the same time.
usually.
I was gonna say it looks like a rat from the bog of eternal stench knot on it. That's what I was trying to say. What was I thinking about? Oh yeah, also bow down. I forget that.
Low. All right, guys, so let's get into it. All right, so we don't want this video to go on forever. So we're going to power through these new comics. This was a huge, good week. Both weeks were good. There's a bunch of new number ones coming out, a bunch of great comics. So kind of a mixture between the three of us all buying stuff here, but we did get Strange Academy 15. This is the first cover appearance of Lamplighter. No. Lamplighter, right? No. What's his name?
Gaslighter.
Gaslighter. Gaslamp? Yeah, Gaslamp.
Gas-
That's right.
It's something like that. We're getting confused.
I know
with
the book
boys.
before that was his first appearance, and this is his first cover appearance. It seems to be like kind of the new main bad guy for this this arc of the story. So really cool. We also have Darkhawk number 5. Princess doesn't want to hold this one. Darkhawk number 5, part of the Kyle Higgins run there. Really great story on that one so far. Reading all that goodness. We got Department of Truth number 15. I'm not even sure. A lot of times I can tell what's on the cover on that. What do you think, Zach? What's on that cover?
It's like I can't really see very well. If I can see it, I could probably make a. Oh yeah, that's a creature. That's a abominable snowman.
Abominable
snowman.
A bumble.
It's a chupacabra.
But if you guys haven't been reading Department of Truth, you got to get on that. Next up, we've got The Good Asian, and we picked up both covers for some reason. I'm not sure why, but they're actually both good. So you've got number 8 in both covers there, and Princess is reading that story and loving it. I know it's like number 1 book on a lot of people's list for 2021 for great story. So definitely hopefully to see that adapted into a TV show. It's kind of weird. I wish the number 1 would go up in a little more value. I mean, everyone's saying it's a hot book, but it's staying at like $5 to $10. So.
Well, everybody's going to get it on it all at once, so it's probably a good idea to buy it right now while it's still cheap.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, buy 2 or 3 copies, spend $15 if you get 3 copies, and if it happens to go up crazy, you're happy. If not, it's only $15, guys.
Yeah, very good idea.
That's awesome.
Next up, this is from Image Studios. You have King of Spies. This is the Mark Millar story number 2. I read the number 1. It was interesting, so I was like, we'll stick with it a little while, see if it's a good. It's kind of like a James Bond sort of story where he's basically like this old version of a spy, and he kind of like still has a bunch of like cool stuff to do. So we'll see how it goes. You can't go wrong with Mark Millar, anyways. Good story.
No, you can't. You can't. And all of this stuff has been optioned through Netflix.
Yeah, so
I believe so. That might very well be a.
You never
Netflix
know.
show.
Yeah, that could turn into something easy. This one we got Marvel Voices Heritage. So I think this is like the Native American edition one. Cool stuff. I don't know. I'm kind of like not liking the Marvel Voices as much as I did when they first came out because they're kind of filled with all these like short stories that like sometimes aren't continuity. I don't feel like they are, so it's kind of weird to read them. But I don't know how you guys feel about it or not.
It seems like a less cool all Marvel Point Now kind of stuff. That's what I see. I see Marvel Point Now, which has usually key character, and then Marvel Voices that just kind of like.
Some of the original ones had some first appearances and some important stuff, but then some of them are just a bunch filled with short stories. And I'm not a big fan of like the short stories. I'd rather have the one comic be just one whole story.
I could agree.
Yeah,
with
so
that.
you're not like jumping around like, oh, there's 2 pages of a story and then it's over. You're like, didn't really feel like it meant anything. I'm not sure why this was in the pull box. I'm not even sure what book this is. It is Star Wars 20, but it's the John Tyler Christopher Ewok cover, Warwick.
I have no words.
Which is not even Wicket, the cool Ewok. Who the heck was Warwick?
I think it's the one that died. It's like, I'm dead. And I'm like,
There's a bunch of them that died, right?
Yeah. But that's the one that no one
I don't know
remembers.
why it was in the pull box. Zach was like, why did you buy that? I'm like, I don't know. It was in there. We picked it up. So I don't know. Maybe you guys got that. Maybe there's something special about that. I didn't know. This is one of those like interesting, like, kind of like Something's Killing the Children covers, but now it's like, what's the furthest place from here? It's like, how long can the title get? But this is number 3 from Image Comics. I read the first 2. I would not say they were awesome, but I would say they're bad. They're interesting. So I'm like, it's sucking me down this rabbit hole where I keep buying them. I don't know. Maybe it's going somewhere. Maybe let me know if you guys like the story so far with this one.
I don't like how they do all these long titles. You only find them when they're dead. Something's killing the children. I will give you that. That's really cool. You can shorten it to like sick, but that no. I don't know.
You have James Tynion to thank for that. He started that whole like super long titles. Now everyone's copying it. I'm picking up. So let's see. There's 2 weeks here. So we got Amazing Spider-Man 85 and 86. This is part of the Beyond run that's going on right now, the weekly title. So you get 2 of those. Like I said, this story is good. Some of the books you can definitely tell are filler, where there's kind of like mediocre stories going on, and all of a sudden there'll be one that has like a really good story in it. You kind of have to read all of them, otherwise you don't know what's going on. But cool story. Got the Miles Morales 32. Great covers. I'm loving these covers. This is also tie-ins to the Beyond run as well too, because they're all kind of jumping in with that Ben Reilly goodness right now. Everything's kind of going Ben Reilly. And to say that, they do have Ben Reilly Spider-Man number 1. I know they did these back in like the 90s, but apparently they're coming back. So he's getting his own solo story. And I figured it'd be a good read. I think it's only 5 issues, so you're not getting sucked into like a long run on that one.
Which can be fine. I mean, you can put a really nice story in a 5-issue run.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Picked up this one. I wasn't super pumped on these. I like the Devil's Reign regular solo stories, but now they have all these tie-in ones, and I'm going to try and stay away from, but I accidentally ordered this one. You got the Devil's Reign Villains for Hire number 1. So it's like a side story. I think those are like a money grab when they do those, but the Kingpin's the mayor, and he enacted that new law where if you're underage, under 21, you can't be a superhero, is the Devil's Reign. At least that's how I understood the story.
It's probably a good idea.
But he hired all these villains to like uphold his like laws.
So what, is the villains going to kill the people that are
I guess
underage?
arrest them. Yeah, arrest like the guys that are like the heroes that are underage. Underage heroing.
Well, the reason why you would do that is to protect the heroes, the underage heroes or potential heroes. But if you're hurting them in the confrontation, that's kind of like counterproductive.
True. Well, it is Kingpin. This one I'm actually getting more excited about. So you got this is Hulk number 3, part of the Donny Cates run. This is cover A. You see that big Wolverine in the back there. It's actually, I think in the last story, there's like, basically they have Hulk fight him as like this giant Wolverine. It's not really Wolverine. It was like something in his head to like make Hulk get more pumped up. But cool part. And they actually made him look like the original Wolverine from Hulk 181.
Yeah, I like that.
Story's getting better. You can see they're going somewhere with it, which is kind of nice. This is really cool. You got Silk number 1. She's got a brand new solo title coming out. This is the In-Hook Lee cover, and I believe it's a key because she's teaming up with Luna Snow in this new title, which that's Really awesome team up between those two. All you need is some White Fox in there to complete the trio.
Is Luna Snow the one that has that's Crescent and Io. My bad. Luna Snow is the one that can actually control the weather or like snow,
I think so.
ice, something like that. Some
Makes
kind
sense,
of weather
right?
thing.
Luna
Kinda.
Snow.
Luna
The
Snow.
moon with the snow. I don't know. This is surprising. I was going to give up on this one. I'm really digging this story. So this is Phoenix Song number 4. And this is, where Maya gets the power of the Phoenix. And I bought it just because the original, the number 1 looked good. And the stories kind of sucked me in. I actually like the story quite a bit. There's a really cool main bad guy in it that's kind of from a previous X-Men title that's kind of making a comeback.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm. And it's like I said, this is a lot of books, guys. So this is like 2 weeks worth. But we got the Moon Knight run, number 7. This is cover A, not that variant that everyone's looking for. Princess is looking for that book for some reason. She doesn't collect this run, but she wants that that number 7 variant. Great. I'm loving this story so far by McKay. I think it's a really fun story. I've never really read Moon Knight in its entirety, so it's kind of nice getting this fresh look at it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
And Princess is reading just Ma, not the Ma, from Boom Studios. This is number 5. Liking these. These covers are really cool too.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
I heard the story's a little bit wackadoodle, but
Wackadoodle.
maybe it gets better. The farther you get into it.
All right, and then we did pick up 2 She-Hulk covers, and we couldn't decide. The Archer one was actually cool too, but we didn't grab that one. So there's She-Hulk number 1, her next big solo series. We got the Jem Bartel and the Adam Hughes. I don't know. You guys have to tell us, which one did you guys like better? I was equal on both of them. Which one do you like better, Zach?
Between the two, Adam Hughes.
You do it?
That's my opinion.
She kind of looks like she's wearing like a turtle. I mean, she's always wearing a turtleneck, but it's like very, very turtleneckish in that one. But they're both really very fun books. So hopefully they're as exciting as her last 2 runs. We've got some Star Wars High Republic number 13. Still liking the stories going on good there.
I know nothing about this.
The High Republic. I'm trying to understand. This character's actually, I think her name's Chris or something like that. Is actually becoming more of the main character than the original main character. Or she's going to be leaning towards the dark side. I think that's what they're trying to flip her towards the dark side. One of the original ones to take the flip.
Trying to turn her.
Mm-hmm.
She's been turned.
This is one I've been excited about since I saw it, and I'm really, really happy I was able to get a copy of this. But this is Venom 4, and we did get cover A, and this is the Al Ewing run. Or no, not Al Ewing. Is it? No. I think it is. I can't remember now. But they did the variant is the homage to ASM 300. That's really fun cover there. And it's like the debut of Venom's new costume, which Dylan Brock should be inside of Venom at this point.
So it's a triple key, right?
I think so. There's two other first appearances in there as well. So I think it's a good idea to grab that book. I mean, there's so many ASM 300 homages that are garbage, but every once in a while they make a good one. And it almost looks like McFarlane drew that, so I don't know who the heck drew that, or they just copied it and colored it in.
It's Bill Oster.
Is it?
No, I don't know.
Who's Bill Oster?
I don't know. I'm just making up names.
Oh, okay. All right, and let's see, we got 2 left here. We got Walking Dead Deluxe 31. You got Michonne on the cover there. Also, you guys know I'm reading the Walking Dead Deluxe, but really, really awesome book there as well. Robert Kirkman goodness.
Wolverine.
And last but not least, I don't remember why I grabbed this title. I thought it would be a good idea, but this is I don't know if you want to call it the X Lives of Wolverine or the 10 Lives of Wolverine, but I thought it'd be a fun idea to read some stuff about Wolverine's past, and it kind of gives you all the 10 different lives that Wolverine has lived so far, and you can see all the different Wolverines kind of wrapped up in the adamantium there. It's a good cover. I don't really read too much X-Men. That's kind of Zach's forte, but
I mean, I'd still clear this book because there's just too many tentacles on the cover. I don't know what kind of story you're going to be getting into, honestly.
you know how much Wolverine likes some tentacles.
Mm.
All right, so that wraps up a new comic book day for the last 2 weeks. As usual, guys, let us know what you grabbed so far this week or last week that we missed. I think the biggest one was probably just that
Death of Doctor Strange.
Oh, we did end up finding that. We did find Death of Doctor Strange right last weekend. So the Bloodstone Princess got a copy of that. So congratulations, Princess. Me and Zach did not get a copy for ourselves. All right. Okay. So so we had a little bit of a discussion to go with you before we'll open up the whatnot purchase last. So just some stuff. Ever since I've been started collecting again, Zach's been kind of teaching me about the difference between newsstand and direct editions. And basically, from what a lot of people say is like you're looking at newsstands, kind of like late 80s to all the way through 90s and into 2000s. If you see them, they're kind of like a commodity, right?
Right.
Yeah. So you kind of realize like they're a lower print run, and then what are some good reasons that newsstands are more important in that time period?
In the time period of when they first, in a later run, about 2000 after, between that, it drastically lowers down. In the 80s, it's about 50-50, 86, it's about 50-50 print, direct versus newsstand. And then 2000, it gets about like 10% or lower.
Yeah, 2 to 1%. Yeah, 5 to 1%. Yeah.
And it like gets really bad in 2011, 2013. And Marvel specifically stopped doing newsstands before DC. So you can actually find little newer DCs with newsstands, but not much. It's probably only 3 years after. But it gets significantly less. And since the 90s, the print runs on not the main titles have significantly dropped. You see about 60,000 print runs on titles that are kind of important, but not like mainstays like Superman, Action Comics, Spider-Man. So you might get 60,000 print run, but if the later on it's only 1%, I mean that's only 600 copies.
Mm-hmm. Super low. So kind of a fun thing, ever since we've been collecting, you're looking, find these newer books that are newsstand, they have value. So like because they're much lower, much scarcer. And Zach's always said a lot of times like newsstand books are out on the rack. They're out there for people just to touch and grab, and like they get destroyed a lot easier. So finding a higher grade newsstand in those eras has a lot of value. So this kind of stuff we all kind of know. But lately we've been discussing when did direct editions come about, and when did direct edition become kind of scarce originally? And that's kind of something we dove into and did some research. So we found this really cool graph, and we're going to put this up for you here so you can kind of see. This is like when newsstands or direct editions kind of came into play, because originally everything was newsstands.
Yes.
Basically once they started selling the barcodes and they're scanning them, all through the, basically the 60s and 70s
yes.
were all newsstands. And then so eventually they started doing direct edition. That came out technically in 1978, but you can find direct editions all the way as early as 1976. But they're even more rare at that point. You can see newsstands are like 94% in 1979, and direct edition is 6%. And some of the reasons, some of the things is like a lot of us don't really think like when you see a direct edition, like an older one, that this could have even more value because it's scarcer. And I think that's a lot of us aren't thinking that. So, and I don't think it quite reflects in the value yet, which I think it should somewhere down the line. You know what I mean? Like even like Whitman variants are all of a sudden becoming worth more money because people are realizing there's such lower print run.
So it's going to be how it's going to happen is a lot of the big collectors, big people that start finding out this stuff, they're going to start hoarding this stuff. They're going to start buying it cheap. And then this information is going to trickle down. And so the people like me, for example, I'm going to hear, if I didn't know about it, I'm going to hear about it, and I'm going to be like, okay, I got to go after it. But then 1,000 other people all at the same time are going to hear about exactly the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything's going to fluctuate. There's a lot of books in 1979, 78 that have pretty significant keys. For example, First Kitty Pryde. I think she has a newsstand. So that would be significantly low print run in a direct edition, or has a direct edition. So that would be significantly lower than the newsstand, which actually commands more value right now.
Mm-hmm. It's like people don't know that they're like much lower print run. So some of the cool stuff like we learned about it, like when they started first coming out, big difference with like direct edition newsstand is direct editions were purchased by like the LCS or the comic stores to be sold directly to their customers. The one thing they would get is a discount on the purchase. They'd actually pay less for them than the newsstand places, but the caveat would be that they're not allowed to return them. So if they buy like store buys 50 books, if they don't sell them, they have to keep them all. A newsstand could buy like 50 books, and whatever they sell, and whatever they don't, they send back to Marvel or DC and they get their money back, and those would probably get destroyed, which makes the print run go even lower. So just some differences like between the two. Some cool stuff. We brought some basically some stuff for you guys to look at. So some of the original direct edition stuff all started out with a diamond in the corner. Mm-hmm. So the early ones all have a diamond. This is actually something we found recently just at the comic store. This is Micronauts #1 in the direct edition. Some people will call this a Whitman variant. You guys can let me know what you guys think. I know on Key Collector they call this a Whitman variant, but from what I'm reading, this is an early direct edition. And this is from 1978, so you're talking 6% or less of the Micronaut. This is how limited this is, whatever the run is on Micronauts. So that's why if you look, it almost commands double value than the newsstand edition. So that's something that people recognize that's much scarcer. So from what we can tell, we're just looking, if you're looking through older stuff that even has the newsstand symbol or direct edition, when it has the diamond, it tends to be under that 1986. And so like Zach's got an old X-Men book here that's got that newsstand symbol with the slash through it. But a diamond on the top. So, and that's from what you said that was 1979. Yeah, so that's the early version of direct edition. So that's looking at 6% of that X-Men print run would be a direct edition. So that's actually rarer than the regular newsstand version. But it doesn't command any more value, which is kind of crazy. So something to think about. Some books you might want to look to add in. One of the reasons we're just kind of reading is one of the reasons Whitman added that blank box is because they originally sold their comic books in a pack of 3, and their employees were scanning the barcodes on it and selling them as a single book set 3. So they asked them to take off the barcode, which is probably why they originally started changing all the other ones to having no barcode. So one other thing we brought for you, and Zach had it a thing of it, a newer book. So you said this is what
2010.
This is a 2010 book.
Yeah. This.
Oh wow! So this is right at the end of newsstand. So Zach's got a Action Comics 894.
Yeah, 894. First time Death is in the DC Continuous. It's a great cover. I think it's a Finch. Yeah, David Finch cover, and you guys know how much I like David Finch.
So you got one version here is a direct edition.
Yeah,
and that's so you can tell this is a newer book. So you can kind of tell the direct edition on the barcode there, and then on the
newsstand, right now, as of right now, this and after, it's either doesn't have direct edition, it's just full barcode, or it says newsstand. It usually doesn't. I've only seen a couple times where it says newsstand, but as it gets closer to the end, it should say newsstand.
Yeah. So in this instance, the newsstand would bring a premium because the count level would be so different. I mean, you're looking at that level, it's probably 5% or probably less than 3% of the run would be a newsstand. So that would cause it to be more rare. So it kind of depends. Like all of us now have been hunting for newsstands from the 90s on, knowing that they have a lot of value, but maybe some of us should be hunting for direct edition from 1986 and before that. So it's kind of a cool thing. I'm going to start looking for them because I didn't realize the difference in the amount. So last thing to leave you guys with, if you're going to compare the rarity between a rare newsstand or a rare direct edition, the rare newsstand should command a little bit of a premium over the two because of the main thing would be the grade quality. So if a newsstand has a higher grade quality, it's a little more rare because it's out on the news rack, and the return. So all those direct editions from back in the day, none of those were allowed to be returned. So the counts are going to be exactly what they were unless they got burned up in a fire or lost. Those counts are going to remain the same, whereas even in the 2000s, all those newsstands, if they didn't sell, they got returned. So that's the thing. Their print runs are even going to be lower than what they say they are. So something to think about. I'm going to be thinking about this. So keep your eye out for those diamonds. At least that's what I can tell is makes them a little more valuable.
Yes, exactly. Good spec.
Yeah. All right, guys. One last thing. We got to get into this. It's a little bit longer video for you guys, but so Princess picked this up on Whatnot. This is a mystery hip hop box that she paid with shipping $54, and she said they showed what the books were on there, but she doesn't remember. And the packaging was a little damaged, so she wanted to make sure it was still good to go. Look at it. She's got a concerned look on her face. You know how much she loves her hip hop. She don't like damaged hip hop. No one likes damaged hip hop stuff. So, like we said in the last video, make sure the manila envelope.
Yeah, it makes me so angry. I hate manila envelopes.
Yeah,
stop it, guys.
Oh yeah, that's a rough shipping job there.
That's a special. You're special.
We won't say who it was, but
yeah. Yeah, don't.
Okay.
3K.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
Okay.
Maybe that's what he made for the day. That'd be cool. I made $3,000 off of whatnot, which I've heard that's happened before, so
Jesus.
that would be nice. That'd be pretty nice. Make about 3K.
Okay.
Gross.
Profits. These bags that got masking tape all over them.
Gross
Masking tape.
earnings.
Okay. Let's see if that helps us get it. All right, let's start out. We'll get through this video, guys. Ooh, whoa. Maybe we should save that for the end. If I can get in the rest of this.
Extra tape on. Oh, Jesus.
Okay. Oh, dang. Maybe we should save that one. Let's start with this one. Okay. So we got Deadpool. What is this? Deadpool number 7. The Ill. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
It's kind.
Do you have that one? Oh, Princess has that one. Okay.
It's kind of like the Deadpool movie kind of homage.
Mm-hmm.
I could see him pulling that off.
I think that's the same artist that did the Moon Knight 7 we're looking for.
Oh.
It says right there. Isn't that the same artist?
Billy Bob Thornton?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Ooh, what the heck? X-Men 92 number 1? I didn't know they remade that.
I got no time for that.
That's pretty cool. You don't have this one, I don't think, right? No? We got one to add to the collection. Dun, dun, dun. All right. I think this turned out to be pretty good. You'll see there's one book in here that kind of makes it a lot worthwhile. And then, Gamora number 1.
Actually,
I know Princess has a couple of these, but this book is heating up as her first solo story. I know the cover A is.
I really like that cover, too.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty nice. Shows her face pretty well.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, I see.
There's a lot of these, I think the hip-hop's really starting to get its respect level. Like, the ones that actually are keys are really starting to boost in value close to what the cover A would be, and some of them even beyond that. So this next one will let Zach do the best impression. So what is this, Zach?
I am Groot.
Number 1. Yeah, I think that's also his first solo story too, I believe. I don't know how he would hold his own solo story since he can't really talk.
Here's a tubular. I am good.
Do the baby one.
I am Groot.
And then last but not least, this book has dropped a lot in value, but still, I think this is one of Zach's favorite covers of all the hip hop ones, if I'm not correct, right?
Right or die.
Yeah.
DMX.
You got all new Wolverine number 1 with X-23 on the cover. Ooh, the bag's torn there, so you gotta be...
Oh, no.
Doesn't look like it's damaged, though. I know Princess already has one of these. And I know when DMX passed away, that book jumped up to like, what, $150, $200? Came back down. It's under 100 now, but still a fantastic book. And Princess doesn't mind having 2 of them. It looks okay, though. The bag's ripped on the bottom, but it looks okay. It survived.
And I think that's a key, too.
I can't remember if it is.
I believe it's all new Wolverine, number 1, which is...
The first appearance of Honey Badger?
Well, issue 2 is the first appearance of Honey Badger.
Oh, okay.
That one would be specifically her first solo story, and I believe the first time she's actually Wolverine.
Oh, okay. Zach would know.
He's
the X-23 aficionado.
I would suspect that's to be true, because I don't remember them making another series. Right. I don't remember them, but they could have. Anyways.
All right, guys. We're going to leave you with that nugget of knowledge.
You guys want some nuggets?
The nugget of knowledge. All right, guys. So... As usual, guys, if you like the show, love the show, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so you always know when new things are going down. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think about these new topics we're discussing. This is kind of stuff like we all sit around as the 3 of us and talk about. We figured like it's all interesting and we're learning this stuff, so it's kind of nice to put it on camera and let you guys learn with us. We're not really necessarily trying to teach you guys anything. We're just trying to like learn together, like as a group. But yeah, anything else, Zach?
Yeah, sure. How you do that is you have to be a thief, but you're not a good thief. So you're going to go what you know for. You know about burgers, guys. You know all about the burgers. So you're after the burgers. They go to your house and steal your burgers. Especially with the ones with cheese on it, some pickles, some fresh lettuce. As long as it's firm. And that's how you become the Hamburglar, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Nom, nom. And yeah.
That's good.
That's how you get those guys.
I don't think he got canceled, right?
Yeah, canceled. Yes.
Grimace is still around, but no Hamburglar.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Until we see you next time, remember, stay safe.
Get those Hamburglar games.
Get them. Don't get ketchup on your comments.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. They don't come out.